Peter Classy.
I'm the Cash Machine. Follow the money. And it's a great day to talk about money. It's a great, wonderful day to talk about money. Hey, every day is a good day to talk about money. I mean, what day is not a good day to talk about money? And if you're not talking about money, what you talking about? So we follow the money on this show here. I want to talk real quick to you about the economy. The U.S. economy is in trouble, and that is very disturbing because I'm in other countries that you go to, they're all anchored by the American dollar. If you go right now and Google the American dollar and you pit it against, if you put that dollar against any dollar on the planet, and the U.S. dollar is the strongest dollar on the planet. So that means that if the U.S. dollar crashes, every other currency in the world will follow because they're all based on the same central bank financing debt policy of banking. So it's going to be a very tumultuous experience. Now, I do want to say this, that the other day I got into a conversation with a gentleman, and we were talking about investments. We were talking about the U.S. dollar, and he abruptly cut me off and said, hey, man, that, and you need to be a certified financial advisor in order to really talk about this. I said, I disagree, because right now the quote-unquote professional financial advisors are all telling you guys the economy's great. They're all telling you guys right now that, the stock market's doing great, the economy is doing great. And I told you guys last week that 75% of the numbers of the Dow Jones is debt. It's not actually productivity or manufacturing. It's not actually profit. It's a lot of companies doing what is called buybacks and buying back their own stock to make it look like their companies are doing better, and it's also margin calls. So that's not a reflection of the economy. It is a lot of manipulation going on right now to make the economies look well. So there was over 800 cuts from the Federal Reserve, which is a central bank. The Central Bank of America, the Federal Reserve, has cut interest rates about 800 times since 2008, one of the worst economic crashes of our time, modern time, since the Great Depression. They call it the Great Recession. And so they have cut interest rates over 800 times. Now, about 2 weeks ago, Powell, who's the head chairman of the Federal Reserve, said it was going to be no more cuts. That's it. We're not doing any more cuts. And I laughed at the video because, again, these are the top financial people. And I'm pretty sure that all the certified financiers are following what he's saying. I didn't, because I'm a guy who has common sense and I'm a guy who understands the system. It doesn't matter about your degrees. Those degrees are training you to basically follow a certain mandate and protocol, and not teaching you how to do your own mathematics and come up with the equation of what's really happening. So what I'm telling you guys is that doesn't mean anything in this day and age to be a certified financial guru, because it's like if your formula is wrong, how can you come up with the right answer? It's no way you can come up with the right answer if you were giving a formula that's not right. And that's how I see these quote-unquote certified financiers today, is they were given a formula in school of debt. In fact, when you go to the dictionary and you look up money, you look up money in a dictionary, you look up money in Oxford Dictionary, you look up money in Webster Dictionary, you look up money in Investopedia, you look up money in Wikipedia, you look up money in Yale Dictionary. Every last one of those definitions say that money is a banknote. A banknote is fiat currency, which is not money. It's actually currency. So they're teaching everybody purposely wrong about money. And it's so simple and easy what money is. But when somebody gives you a formula that is not correct, it is impossible to come up with the right equation. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't mean anything to me for you to be a certified journalist. Okay, if you're a certified journalist, how come there's people on YouTube that's giving a more accurate description and narrative of the subject titles and the stories going on in the world? There's people who are certified journalists who work for ABC, CBS, and they're all saying the same story. Now that's interesting to me. If you have 5 people look at a movie, they're all 5 of them are going to have something different that they saw in that movie. How is it that 7, 8 different networks see a story and all spin the story the same way? That's strange. So again, and most of the time these stories coming from the main networks are wrong. They're telling you guys lies and that's why they call them programs. They're programming you to accept the lie. And if you go on YouTube and find out about those same stories, you'll find things that they're not telling you on the news. But again, these are certified journalists. So I don't have any respect today for some of the degrees and some of the training. It's just professional training. It's just like if you take a lion out of the jungle, you teach that lion how to jump through a hoop, and you teach that lion how to stand on 2 feet, and and everybody in the crowd just go, "Oh wow, that lion is educated." No, that lion's not educated. That lion is actually trained. He's trained. He's not educated, because if you put that same lion in the jungle and he can't survive and live in his own natural habitat, then how educated is he? And that's what I see with the educational system today, and some of the degrees and some of the certifications that they give you. They're training you to follow a certain protocol that they created that supports the narrative that they want the people to know, but it's not the real facts and truth of what's going on. So today I looked at the 10-year bond, and the 10-year bond for the first time ever in the history of the world hit 1%. What does that mean? That means if I buy a 10-year bond, I'm locked into a contract for 10 years. But every year I get 1%? 1%? For real? I think I can do more with my efforts and my brain and my God-given talents than 1%. If you guys gave me $10 million to manage for a year, I guarantee you I will make more than 1% with $10 million. I guarantee you. So again, the financial economists, the financial gurus, the financial certified individuals, today they act like a bunch of nitwits with no common sense. And they're repeating. They're like parrots. You know what a parrot does? A parrot just repeats what it heard, but doesn't understand exactly what he's saying. That's how I see these educational financial people today. They have no common sense. Now, 2 weeks ago, the Fed said, we're not going to cut interest rates again. But when the coronavirus, just last week, they decided, you know what, we're gonna slice them 2 more times. And so they cut it 50 base points today. They announced it. And at first, the stock market was going down today. It was going down, it was going down, it was going down. When the announcement came out that they're going to slash interest rates, it went up. Everybody was like, oh, wow, yeah, hey, we got help. And then people started to think like, hold up. They're cutting interest rates again? Maybe they know something that's bad is going to happen, so then the market started going down again. So it's some really troubling times coming economically. It is some really advantageous times coming economically if you understand what's happening. You can make a lot of money on this whole crash if you know the truth. But if you're thinking everything is booming and everything's going great, you're going to end up on the wrong side of the coin, and you're going to end up getting sucked into a huge vacuum. Have you guys ever seen a ship sink? The ship is so massive when it sinks. Anything within a certain diameter around it is going to get sucked into the vacuum of the sinking of that ship. So it is very important when a ship sinks, is to get as far away from it as you can as it's sinking, because when it starts going down, it's going to suck everything else into that vacuum. And that's what's going to happen with this American economy, with the dollar. Again, it's the strongest dollar in the world. So when this big Titanic sink, okay, anything in its diameter is going to get sucked down with it. So we don't want to be sucked down with it. So coming to the Family Cash Machine, you guys start learning the truth about money and start learning how to position yourself for one of the greatest exchanges of wealth ever in the history of the world. Because as empires are crashing, there will be certain entities that will be evolving. It's all about what you know. So we have right now, I want you guys to grab the link underneath here. There's 2 links. I'm going to give you guys a free crypto tab where you can start browsing on the internet and get paid in Bitcoins. Because last time I checked, Google hasn't paid me anything. I've been on Google for years. I've been on Explorer for years, and all they do is take all my data, sell my data, and I still don't get nothing. So grab that link called the Crypto tab. Start getting paid for doing the things that you do every day anyway, which is search the internet. And also grab that link right there underneath. I'll have another link. The first link will be for the free ebook, The Greatest Exchange of Wealth in History. And you guys grab that link, leave your email, and you guys will receive the free ebook within seconds. You'll get it. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Again, like I said, the economy is doing great, according to the economists and the certified gurus. The economy's doing great, but we got to lower the interest rates. Well, if it's doing so great, why are you lowering interest rates? I've never seen interest rates go down when things are going great. Because if the economy is booming and people are making so much money, then I would think that they will pay more taxes. And I would think that interest rates will be higher so banks can make more money on the money that you're making. But if you're not making money and you're struggling and you need help, then we're going to lower interest rates so things don't crash. So this is what's going on right now. I want to do that video about that. And you guys don't believe the hype, like Public Enemy said. Always follow the money, and you can never, ever go wrong. And if you follow the money, you're going to find a whole different narrative than what they're telling you guys out there. So this is Eric Brandt, Family Cash Machine. Follow the money again. Grab those 2 links under there. Get your free ebook, Greatest Exchange of Wealth in History, and also get you a free crypto tab and start making money on the things that you do every day anyway. Let's flip the game. Let's change the game on them. Okay, so with that, we'll sign out. Peace. All right.
Cryptocurrency.